observation links the past with the future, and knowledge, to me, knowledge has been one of the main themes of this conference. Knowledge is one of the few things that lasts from one generation to the next, and I have a poem to share with you about that. It's called Knowledge. Stories can be read with the mind's eye without the single step of motion. Lives live their own stories within the creation of empires that disappear on the wings of distant memories. What colour once ruled the skies to be now seen in the horizon of the setting sun? Thunder rolls the troops of conquest until they become the dust of another age. For what remains is the breath that gives the voice to all stories, knowledge. So a significant part of the world's knowledge and heritage is in digital form, and as UNESCO has formally recognised, it needs to be preserved as part of the memory of the world. As we've seen, there's digital information that's born and also turned digital, and the sheer scale and variety is extraordinary. Robin Dale from the Research Libraries Group has described it like a wild west out there. There's so many different repositories and different formats and platforms for maintaining and storing digital data. The challenges in preserving digital information have been called the digital dark age, and one of my favourite phrases, the dark archival underbelly of the wonderful world of digitised information and online everything. The photograph gives an example. In one hand, a clay tablet. It can still be read. On the other hand, a video disc from the 1980s, unreadable. We've heard about the rapid changes in software and hardware. And another challenge mentioned by my colleagues is also the lack of reliable data about costs. Jonas Palm from the National Archives of Sweden has commented in his article, The Digital Black Hole, that the real costs are in the ongoing management, the sustainability. We've also heard trust and authenticity mentioned. As Dr. Gower will comment, that trust and confidence in the authenticity of digital content is critical, especially for an organisation like the Mission for Manuscripts. You know, it's said that trust is like a crystal ball. Once it's broken, you can't fix it. Allied to trust is the danger that some organisations, and even your organisations, will cease to exist over time, and their digital content will be lost. Will this happen in your own organisation? Will it be technically possible to safeguard the content by transferring it to another organisation that has different platforms, different ways of storing the data? A further threat is digitisation for short-term access without considering the bigger picture. Paolo Yusei, who's director of Australia's Screen Sound, has said, if there's too much emphasis on access instead of preservation, we lose our balance and our cultural assets. Now, who are these guards? Traditionally, they've been us, librarians, archivists and records managers, but now they're going to have to be in the digital age, new guards, hardware, software developers and so on. So what does this mean for the roles of the new guards, and what does this mean for monitoring their roles or guarding the guards? Okay, a quick snapshot on risk management. The slide is of Daulatabad out of Pune. Daulatabad is a perfect case study. In a nutshell, the ruler wanted to build a fort that would safeguard his people, a most trustworthy, impregnable fort with a huge moat and spikes on the gate to ward off the elephant charges. The impregnable, trustworthy fort was invaded. How? Very simply, by bribing the guards at the gate. Risk management. Now we can turn to some principles and strategies that may help mitigate the risks and to guard the guards. But there's no single silver bullet that will help answer these strategies. As my colleagues have commented, it's likely to be a combination of several strategies that will help mitigate the risks. These include, as we've heard, policy developments, and we've heard about the standards and guidelines and preservation metadata. In Australia, we've just had something like the first steps on the moon, where Fedora and DSpace, two different platforms, have been able to exchange their data. Baby steps, but this is really important in terms of safeguarding content and the capacity to transfer it from one organisation to another. Strategies for authenticity, again we've heard about them. Encapsulating, digital watermarking and audit trails, they're all part of it, and good progress is being made. However, we do need further research and development. And we've also heard about refreshing and migrating and emulating. And new systems, architectures and tools are being developed, like Panic and Aeons, which automatically detect obsolescence and notify that actions are needed. And microfilm, again, I cannot stress enough how important it is as a low-risk option for text-based content, and the hybrid solution already commented on. Robin Dale again says that as different repositories keep their data in different ways, it's important to use a variety of preservation options within an organisation and between organisations, and microfilm is one important strategy. Jonas Palm again comments that the hybrid solution of COM, which we've heard about, along with the digital copy, may actually be a more prudent risk management strategy. Collaboration and alliances are a good way of sharing expertise and development costs. However, they also need ongoing commitment, and they also cost. Quality assurance auditing. One of my colleagues at the Singapore National Archives looking a bit nervous, she's being audited, but a powerful tool for guarding the guards. And it links back to the role in maintaining the integrity of the trusted digital copy. And talking about trusted copies, the RLG audit checklist for the certification of trusted digital repositories is a real landmark in this area. And again, it's using a risk management framework. Again, ongoing research and development is needed in this area. And finally, the strategy of education and training. Incredibly important strategy for training the guards and the stakeholders. It impacts directly on the capacity to monitor the auditors. Informal education, you have some bookmarks there on PADI, a good signpost, an Australian signpost to preserving access to digital information. Workshops such as those being run in Singapore, and some online courses which you can refer to in my bibliography. Much has been achieved to mitigate the risks, and applied in combination with a variety of approaches, they can potentially be a powerful defence against the dangers of digital destruction. But the risks remain high because digital preservation is still under construction. Those three pivotal strategies that we've heard about, collaboration and alliances, risk management and quality assurance auditing, and education and training, those three are absolutely pivotal to ensuring that we can go ahead and preserve digital content in the future, and most importantly, keep on asking that quintessential question: who guards the guards? Thank you.